Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV. Welcome back to another video for you guys today. It's a lot has happened over the last 24 hours. Real Madrid 2, Chelsea 3. Literally 10 minutes from greatness. And it all just got taken from our hands at the last moment. First off, I have to say big up Tuchel. I have to say big up to the players on the pitch as well, because they produced a performance that we didn't expect. We expected to go to Real Madrid and go down swinging, but I didn't expect us to be in a position where we'd be 3-0 up with 10 minutes to go. I was hoping for it, but I really didn't expect it. And for the players that did turn up, especially the sorts of players that turned up, like, I have to give credit where credit's due, because we did really well for ourselves. I don't want to speak too much on it, because I don't want to come across with this Arsenal mentality like, yes, we went down fighting, so it's okay. Like, no, there's positives and negatives to go through from this performance. But we are going to delve into all of this through this video, so smash the like and subscribe button. Check out my personal channel, Carefree Lewis G, as well. And let's just get straight into it. Like, I'll be real, as soon as I took one look at that lineup, I thought, okay, we're going out. We're going to get pammed again. I don't know what lineup Tuchel's put up, but he's just basically given up on the Champions League. This is why I just record on my phone, and this is why Tuchel is the coach. Because whatever lineup he pulls out, he does a madness with. I do not know how we were 3-0 up with 10 minutes to go with that lineup. Because when I saw it on paper, I thought we were going to get battered. And we produced a brilliant performance. First off, two players that I criticise all the time, Marcos Alonso, Timo Werner. Both of them worked their socks off yesterday. Marcos Alonso got robbed of an amazing moment, by the way. Like, if that's the rules behind the handball, then the rules are bogus. They're bullshit, because there is no way that for a natural raising of the hand to try and avoid the ball in the first place, you're disallowing the goal for. That makes absolutely no sense to me. Then you've got, at the very least, Timo Werner, who got his moment as well. And it was just unfair that our game management kind of killed it afterwards. But we are going to delve into all of that. Alonso, Timo Werner, brilliant performance from them. Alonso was all over that left-hand side, clocked in with the highest distance covered on the pitch. Brilliant performance from him, and absolutely deserved a better result. The same goes for Timo Werner. His technique seemed to improve. His confidence seemed to improve as well. Very, very happy with both of their performances. And if they continue it on for the end of the season, you could see him in the plans for the squad for next season too, because Werner, as far as last week, was looking very likely to be going to Borussia Dortmund or to be going back to the Bundesliga. He's played really well against Southampton, really well yesterday too. Should be playing against Crystal Palace on Sunday, in all honesty, just based off his form. And if he continues it to the end of the season, his story at Chelsea might not be over yet. It might not be, but we will have to wait and see on that. Alonso, I'll be real, I'm still thinking we should be parting ways with him by the end of the season in general. But continue the performances and he leaves in a good light, I guess. I think that's the best way to look at it. In midfield as well, Mateo Kovacic, basically the man of the match. You knew he had something to prove going back to the Bernabeu, and he absolutely showed that. He ran that Real Madrid midfield ragged. Shouldn't have even come off, in all honesty, but brilliant performance from him too. Just negatives. Like, there are positives and negatives. I'm going to try and mix them in between each other so it doesn't sound like a negative video, because we did the best that we could. But there were certain aspects of our game that let us down. The first one is N'Golo Kante. Now, N'Golo Kante was all right in the game. Like, I thought Kovacic was better still, but he still had the energy levels. He was still breaking up play pretty decently for Chelsea. But the passing, I've said so much about N'Golo Kante's passing, and it's come to pass yet again, and it cost us in this match. And now's the only time people are actually talking about it, because it cost us on the big stage. And I've said it for the longest. Respectfully, N'Golo Kante isn't the same player that he was a few years ago. And for me, and this isn't just because of the Real Madrid game, so I don't want people to say I'm being reactionary or anything. This has been my opinion for a while. If N'Golo Kante can't be used sparingly, and we can't just keep him in a position where we use him every now and then, bring him on for a big game or something, and then just take him off again and just rest him, then I think we should be parting ways in the summer. Because after 18-19, we have seen a completely different N'Golo Kante. And for me, it's because we overplayed him throughout 16-17 to 18-19. The guy basically played every single match, the entire full 90, because he could do it. And he could play at that level consistently, play those minutes consistently, and still keep his performances at that level. But in 18-19, he was getting injured a bit more. We continue to forcefully play him through those injuries. You remember the Europa League final, for example, when we had Kante playing on crutches, and he hasn't been the same player since. Struggled in the World Cup after that. And then 19-20, he was in and out of the injuries and in and out of form. Same thing for last season, except for the last 3 months of the season. He was very inconsistent, and it's been the same for this season as well. But now people are talking about it because it finally cost us in a big game. I'll be real, N'Golo Kante's performances have been good enough for a while, personally. And this isn't me trying to scapegoat, because before we went 3-0 up, I thought he was all right. But this is the problem for me with N'Golo Kante. There's aspects in his game that have just dipped. His positional awareness isn't the level it used to be anymore. His passing hasn't been the same for a long time, in all honesty. And personally, for me, and I know a lot of people aren't going to like it, and I don't care, because I think Kante stands on the most sensitive people on God's green earth. They can't take any criticism. But for me, N'Golo Kante still has a role in the squad, but personally, it has to be sparingly. You cannot use him on a run of games and expect him to be consistent for you. You need to bring him in for a game that you need him for, take him out for any other game, and then just bring him back for the big matches. And I think that's the best you get out of him. But that was my first negative. The second one for me as well was, I think, the game management, personally. Like, the substitutions killed us, but that's not necessarily Tuchel's fault. The only one that I kind of hold him accountable for is that I think as soon as we went 3-0 up, Jorginho should have been on the pitch, because he slows down the game, he allows us to control possession a bit more, and it allows us to take control of the match in a vital point, and we didn't do that. And because of that, that's where we cost ourselves in the game. Jorginho came on way too late for me, way too late. Pulisic for Werner, I didn't want the sub, but I kind of understand it because he was a bit gassed. But it absolutely killed us too, because Pulisic just turned over possession every single chance that he get, and it cost us. But the subs he couldn't do much with. You take one look at our bench, there wasn't a lot of options for Tuchel to work with, so his hands were kind of tied in that regard. But that's where we let ourselves down, because as soon as we went 3-0 up, the game management should have changed. We should have become a lot more defensive. We should have brought Jorginho on and slowed down the game. But we didn't do it. We tried going for a fourth, which, fair enough, innit? Because if we did, the tie's completely done and dusted. But we didn't need to. Get free and then sit back. The same way Madrid were trying to sit back against us, and we just let ourselves down in that remark. But going 3-0 up, I guess, is still a big achievement for us. And it didn't give us the end result that we did, but we were close. And then our bench kind of messed up for us, and just poor decisions in midfield from N'Golo Kante. But we move. Big up everyone that's locked in. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of my thoughts. Smash the like and subscribe button, and we will see you guys very soon. Let's see you for the Cup semi-final. Take care, like and subscribe, and peace.